Hey, what's up? This is Todd Smith. I'm back with another video. In this video, I want to speak about my 1-month review of the Waldorf Blofeld. Actually, I've had this machine for about 2 months now, so the 1-month review is well overdue and I've gone well over the time span. So here we go. First, about the sound capabilities of this machine. It can really cover almost all your bases. For the price tag, I don't think you can get anything that really covers more. When I speak the low-end price tag, I'm speaking about the module version that you can get for like $500, brand new, even less used. Obviously, if you want to get the keys with the aftertouch, you're going to be spending up to $1,000. And at that point, you have a lot more options with your capabilities and synths. But if you're getting just the module version at $500, the variation that you can get out of that machine is going to be really hard to beat at that price tag. But that all being said, all the variation doesn't come with a per knob function capability. You must use some menu diving. Some people have spoken horribly of the menu system, but honestly, some people just don't like menu diving in general, and if there's a menu there, they're not going to like it. I found when working just in a solo sound and building a sound, it is perfectly fine, and I have no issues with the menu dive that is built within this system. I actually find it kind of intuitive and really easy to use. So again, a lot of that's going to come down to personal preference. Obviously, if you don't like menu diving in general, that might be something you want to steer away from because of just the menu being there. When it comes down to what's under the hood, I've honestly yet to scratch everything in this synth, and I love how it's just I'm always experimenting with new concepts, new ideas. Now, I bought this machine secondhand, or traded for it actually, so I don't know if the initial sound set in here is what you get with it when you first buy it. The sounds in here, the presets are actually pretty decent, and they're good enough for me to mold my own sounds from, to grab and kind of just manipulate to something that I want to use. Where I feel the menu dive starts to go against this machine is when you get into the multi-mode. Your play button kind of acts as your function button. When you're within the multi-mode, I really think this play function is in a bad area. Your general feeling is to use your knob with your right hand. So what you do is you hold down the function with your play, and then when you bring up your right hand to manipulate the knob, you end up locking the screen unless you make a really uncomfortable position. And if you notice, your hands are just clumped there over your workspace, and it's really not ideal, especially if you're right-handed and you're just reaching for the knob naturally. And because the function button is over here, you end up reaching for that naturally with your left hand. What you have to do as a right-handed person is come in with your right hand, hit the function button, then come in with your left hand. A little weird. It took me a little while to get used to that. I kind of wish the function button was somewhere down here, so I could just sit with my right hand, hold down the function button, and then manipulate the knob with my left hand, and my hands would be spread apart, and I would see the screen really well. Your hands just get clumped over in that area, and I really feel that play slash function button should have been someplace else to spread your hands out to just so you can see more of the workspace. That is probably the biggest design flaw within this system that I found just working naturally. Now, as a left-handed user, honestly, I don't know if that's going to affect you as much. You might be a little bit more natural on this machine. You might naturally reach for the knob with your left hand, but I'm not sure because I'm not left-handed, so I'm not sure how that would work. It still might be the same problem. But in general, I just feel that the button should have been somewhere place else, just to get both hands spread out and just so you can see, so both hands aren't clumped over one area. Like I said, I've gotten used now to moving my right hand over here, but it's definitely a move, and it's definitely something that I wish was quicker and more reactive. Another, I would say, secondary major issue with this machine that might affect some people is within the multi-mode of how everything works. It can be really weird when you're just using this machine by itself because it doesn't automatically change the keyboard part depending on what multi-mode part you're in. You actually have to go and change that within the internal global settings, which can be really inconvenient. So it really actually, I would say, to play the multi-mode in this, to really not have a hassle, you need an external controller kind of kills the aspect of this keyboard a little bit. So if you just got this alone, just the Blofeld, I could see somebody being frustrated with that, with having to go in to change their global settings every time they wanted to match up the sound they want to play in their multi-mode, because it doesn't automatically switch. Now, I might have missed a setting in there, guys. So if I did miss a setting where I can make that happen, let me know. Let me know I'm stupid, because I'd love to know. But as of what I've experienced with this machine right now, you do have to go into your global settings to actually play the sound you want in the multi-mode, which is kind of a hassle. I don't have to deal with that because I have a MIDI controller and I can just literally switch it by switching a knob, and I don't have to deal with that whole aspect. But if I bought this machine 100% alone and was expecting that to be a little bit more user-friendly and a little bit more fluent, I'd be a little bit frustrated. But honestly, those are the two biggest drawbacks to this machine, and I really wanted to throw those out right away. And they're the drawbacks that I felt personally when I was using it, and that I feel other people would get really affected by it if they really didn't like it. But the sounds I can create in this machine are absolutely amazing. You got the wavetable, you got the virtual analog, you got some FM in there. It really just covers all your synthesis basis. As for the knobs themselves, they're really sturdy, but they're endless, and it definitely can be a little, I guess, awkward at first, because I'm definitely not used to the endless knobs. So that is one thing to consider. They are endless style knobs. They're not, set old school parameter maximum minimum knobs. But when it comes to the build quality, mine have been really nice. I've heard some altering stories from other people in their horror stories, but mine have been absolutely perfect. The keys are amazing. The aftertouch is amazing. It is a really solid built keyboard, and I have nothing negative to say about the keys. Actually, the whole build structure of this machine is very German-like and very much like a tank. If you own an Access Virus or a Waldorf, you know that synthesizers from Germany generally come out like tanks. And this, I feel, is very solid. I've only pushed multi-mode a little bit. I've got like 6-7 parts out of it. I do, in one of my future videos, want to push this machine 100% in multi-mode and find out kind of just how far it can really go. So keep an eye out for that. So that is officially my 1-month review of the Waldorf Blofeld. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped you out if you're considering buying this. Until next time, stay positive, stay creative, support each other, and peace.